Hello everybody, welcome back to another episode of Evan Better Presents. I am currently wearing my radiation suit, which is kind of creepy because my eyes are not that visible. That's kind of creepy. I don't know if I like it, but it keeps me safe from the various things that are out to kill me in this room. There's my suit of armor, just waiting for me to put it back on. Unfortunately, it does not protect against radiation. Alright, so what do we got here? We got a couple of machines here doing some stuff, doing some not stuff at the moment. These here make my quad-core uranium cells, which are fuel rods. As you can see, I have 79 of those at the moment. This is the machine that makes the single rods from the canning machine over here. And actually, I think this machine actually just enriches my... It does, yeah. This is my cyclic assembler that enriches my refined uranium into enriched uranium out of this stuff here using tiny piles and uranium 238. Yeah. And we don't have any of these at the moment because they were all made to into this. This is kind of like a stopover. I finally set it up. I didn't have a level emitter on any of these machines before, so it was literally like continuously running forever and ever and ever. I put up some level emitters on them now to stop that because it's just a waste. Power requirements. Let's take a look. What are we up to? We are up to 75.8 megajoules, or 75,000 RF. That's a lot. Or sorry, 7,500 RF. 7,500 RF being used by our AE network now. As you can see, there's quite a few machines on the son of a bitch, though. So let's go down the old stairs. See what there is to see. I've almost got these reactors up and running, but you can see here I've got the screen set up to give me the information I need. Time remaining in the cycle, heat levels, output of power, and if it's on or off. And I installed those little switches. These things are so neat. Two wireless transceivers on the other side of the wall. See, I have the thermal monitor set up properly so that they'll actually work. I wish you didn't have to do that redstone wire on them, but you do, so whatever. Here's just some LZH condensators that are not currently in the reactors. So this is what I have, a buffer in the system here. I thought I had 19,000 lapis. I have 54,000 lapis. 54,000. It's a lot. You can see here I currently have no enriched uranium nuclear fuel because it has all been put into these guys here. This is just a basic little... I like these to be able to tell me, like, oh, how many little things do we have in the system here? So I'm going to keep it that way. Here's our finished capacitor and power production facility. So it's going to be taking from the two reactors a combined of... Once I have them set up, it'll be like on the test server, which means 1040 and 1040. So 2080 EU will be coming out of this thing. I have it into an ultimate voltage consumer. This consumes 8,000, or it can take up to 8,192 plus. Of course, I'm not going to use it for that much, but it's there in case I do need it, so I don't have to rebuild it. RF producer. I tried doing MJ, but the pipe required... The problem with Buildcraft, or sorry, Buildcraft, yeah, it's Buildcraft. The problem with Buildcraft pipes is to get kinesis energy out of anything, you need to use a wooden kinesis pipe, and wooden kinesis pipes are limited to 32 megajoules. So 32 megajoules is piss all. I don't want to use 32 megajoules. So out of this here, I can currently move 20,000, right? But Captain Jack, the Minecrafters, I love watching the Minecrafters channels, his tutorials. I do recommend you guys look it out. If you want to find out how to make any of this stuff, I don't always give a tutorial on how these things are made. Check out Captain Jack at the Minecrafters. M-I-N-D Crafters. Mind Crafters. Check it out. He has some of the best tutorials on the interwebs, hands down for sure. I learned about a lot of things. And I further learned, thank you very much, about thank to his latest Ender IO comprehensive guide tutorial. I learned that Ender IO actually has a cable It's pretty difficult to make, but it can move 20,000 RF. So this is the power line that heads up to our power facility, but it can only move 10,000 RF, right? Well, 10,000 RF isn't enough anymore, because as things continue to expand, the power requirements are getting more and more and more and more and more. So I'm going to upgrade from the power plant through that massive capacitor. I didn't check to see what the output was. I think it was... Shit, let's go back down. I think it was 13,000 at the moment, but I could always make the capacitor bank bigger, bring it out another layer. It's a multi-block structure after all, so you can make it as big as you goddamn want, and it'll continuously improve its handling ability. 36,000. Okay, perfect. I don't need to make it any bigger. So it's currently going to be able to hold 180 million RF, and I can set the output of this thing to 20,000, which would be the upper limit of what the Ender IO power conduit can handle. So the Ender IO power conduit can do up to 20,000 and a bit RF, versus these redstone flux conduits can only do 10,000, right? So, I mean, we're already at 7,000 RF draw for our applied energistics equipment alone. Alone, there's 7,000 draw right there. So, you know, you add on all these little machines. I'm not really sure if this takes into account, if it's like in real life where, you know, at the end of a line of power cable, the last outlet has to deal with all the previous outlets' draw. And you can get, like, lower voltage or lower wattage from that outlet because there's less in the line from poor voltage. I'm not sure if the RF shit runs that same way, if it takes into account everything that's on the line and it peaks out, because if you remember, we only have that one main RF line underground that feeds every friggin' part of this entire place, and it goes into the resonant, the Tesseract, and the Tesseract feeds to other parts of the game as well. So if we want to be able to expand further and not have energy problems, we're going to need, where am I going? I'm going the wrong way. We're going to need to upgrade that one main line to handle 20,000 RF. I don't think I'll need to go beyond 20,000 RF. So to do that, what do I have to build? Well, there's a couple little things. One, I didn't know, but these double layer capacitors actually can increase the speed and power of these things. And there's a layer beyond double layer, the octatic. Yeah, octatic. I'll bring it up. Capacitor that goes quadruple basically. So, but to make these sons of bitches, you can see here it takes actual glowstone, not glowstone dust, which is fine. I can make that. Double layers, fine. I can make those. Now this is a problem. This is requiring ender pearls, which is not a problem. I have plenty of those now, and energetic alloys to make vibrant alloy. So I've got to make a first alloy to make a second alloy. And this one here is pretty straightforward. Glowstone gold and glowstone dust gives me this energetic alloy. So I need to set up some stuff here to permanently run the alloy process. And of course, we're going to integrate this into our AE network. So we'll set up two of these bastards right here and here. Let's move that over. Machinist workbench. What did I have this for? Making blueprints, I guess. Yeah. Okay. Sorry about my voice. I'm a little strained from screaming and talking and all that good fun stuff that you do with your voice. I think those are too close. Shit, they are. Ender IO though is, the more I look into it, the more I'm going to be using it. It's pretty cool stuff, and it seems very flexible, which is of course very nice because flexibility is key when building monster networks like this. Oh shit. Okay, I've made a slight mistake. I do not have my jetpack on, so doing this is going to be very difficult. I put myself in a hole that I won't be able to get out of. Let's just go put the armor back on for a second. I do recommend using these armor stands for things like this hazmat suit, because then it's always at the ready. You don't have to dig it from a chest or the AE network or anything like that. Oh, there we go. That's better. I can run fast again. God, what a difference. I am in the process at the moment. I think they should be done by now. 64K drives, 9, and 10. Perfect. I was in the process of upgrading my storage network just because I'm starting to run out of space. I'd like to increase that, not have to worry about it. So let's see, drive. Let's craft one drive. There we are. Let's put that bad boy down. Let's fill it up. Boom. There we go. I may never have to upgrade that again. I mean, look, we still have 2 empty ones, right? And there's only a couple that are actually full up. Oh, that's right! My goddamn mind. I was in the process of fixing some of these issues, because if you look at the system here, we have got 305,000 redstone, and growing. It's still going up. I mean, I'm still mining out tons of this shit, and it's being refined at the moment. We have 54,000 lapis, 124,000 coal, 106,000 cobblestone, 146,000. Anything over 100,000, I'm kind of thinking that I need to find a different way to store it, because it just takes up way too much space in the AE network. And that, my friends, is where this comes into hand. Comes in handy. Storage bus. Fuzzy storage bus, actual applied energistic storage bus. So, we're going to make a storage. Oh, come on, you freaking bastard. I've got one right here. I know I do. What is that called? A matrix? Conversion matrix. What is it missing? I can make these. Why is it missing it? Flux dust. I can make that. It's just easier to do it this way than to try and make it. Okay, so I want one of these. Boom. Boom. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Clear. Boom. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Perfect. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Thank you very much. I did notice that there's a couple of components missing in my MAC to make certain items, like these basic processors, for example. I don't have the recipes to make this basic processor. I just have, or sorry, that's not exactly true. I can craft this basic processor, but there's components to the basic processor that I'm missing. So you can see here I can craft it, but there's because I had to fill the system with the components I needed. So there's some stuff interesting. Anyway, back to what I was doing. Yeah, so I was in the process of making something called a deep storage unit. So let's go back here, and we'll pull up the deep storage unit. Here it is. Okay. And it requires, as you can see here, these items here. I can make everything here except for the plastic, which I have now made. So, plastic sheets. I don't think anything requires raw plastic, truth be told. So I'll just dump that plastic in there and leave myself a little bit of extra stuff there. Now, let's see if I can make this. Okay, I can't because I'm missing the tesseract, right? So I need a tesseract frame, which is missing inderium. Inderium ingots, inderium block, pyrotheum dust. So I don't have any inderium in my system at the moment, so I'll make pyrotheum dust. There we go. That's enough pyrotheum dust, I think. Tesseract frame. I need to put it in the induction smelter. Inderium blend, which is, of course, tin and ender resident ender. Okay, so let's go over here. Thank God, you know, there's still a few things that I have to do manually, but there's really no point in setting up an automated system for some of these items. Which one does my... Oh my, I never put it back because I was never planning on making tesseracts again. Okay. Great. Great. Okay, so let's just find the alloy smelter first. Alright, so induction smelter, pulverizer. Here's an empty induction smelter. Okay, so let's see. Tesseract frames. Inderium ingots. Inderium blend. Alright, so first thing first, I need to make a fluid transposer and a magma crucible to make myself inderium, liquid inderium. Now, I can do this off this room in one of the other facilities, like this one here. This is kind of the thing that I'm putting in here is these one-off use items and creations that I'm making now. Things that are not typically used on a regular basis are going in here, but they're all high-end important items. I'm going to automate these two because they are important. Like this is a CF. You know, this is how I make my CF foam. This machine here. You know, this is the Quarry Plus mover. There's a tinker table. These are all things that I barely use. A rolling machine. You know, this is how I was making steel and iron plates for the HP boiler and the LP boiler. So there's things like that that I just don't need to. I don't really need to integrate them into the system because they're one-off items. So we need to make a magma crucible, which I can craft. Actually, I have 3 in the system. Beautiful. Just need 1, and a fluid transposer, which I don't have a recipe for, so I can just go over here. Here we are. Copper gear. Okay. Let's set this thing up right. I need to be close to, oh, that's the wrong power line. Needs to be close to this power line, which is right over here somewhere. Where do I want to set this up? I'll set it up here. I can always clean up stuff afterwards. It's not an important task at the moment. Magma crucible. I don't know where the power line is in this room. Where does it curve from? It goes way down that way, branches over that way. So it must be coming off of this here, which means I need to run a line from over here. Or I could run a line over there. There's a line that runs that way as well. So we'll just go straight this way. How deep is that line, though? Okay, so it's right there. All right, 61. All right, shovel this shit out. 61, there's the power line right there. Let's put on the old night vision. Here we go. Okay, let's run the RF line all the way over here. We'll just take this out and that out. Okay, where's the light infused one? Okay, that's the light infused one. Let's fix the floor we broke. There we go. thing. Okay, so magma crucible's got power, fluid transposer's got power. Okay, so we're just going to pull out a bunch of ender pearls. I've got 90 in the system. I'm going to have to harvest some more. That's kind of low. I should have more than that. And we'll put 16 in the magma crucible for right now. And I'm going to eject it to that side there. There we go. Oh, this is actually giving off light. That's why it's looking like that. That's strange. Yeah, this gives off one block of light on top of one block of light, turns it into 2 blocks of light here, or whatever that level is of light, so that's kind of confusing. Let's turn that off. We don't need it on right now. We're in a pretty well-lit room. So, let's see. We've got 4 buckets worth of resident ender. That should be enough for what I'm doing. Buckets. I can't believe this exists still. Let's get rid of that flower. I don't like seeing those things. Okay, we'll put a couple of buckets in here. Resident ender bucket and 2 resident ender buckets. Okay. Now we need, we're going to need more than that because we're going to make Enderium blend, right? So we need a few buckets of this stuff. Alright, because we're going to need at least 4 ingots worth, I think is the way that it's going to work. Okay, so let's get back to what we're doing here. So deep storage unit, tesseract frame, Enderium ingots, Enderium blend. Complicated, isn't it? Pulverized shiny metal, which is of course hard to come by, and resident ender bucket. So boom, 16. Okay, that should be enough to make the ingots I need to make these deep storage units. I can always make more later if I need. Now, Enderium blend needs to be mixed with the pyrotheum dust in a induction smelter. So pyrotheum dust I have in the system, so let's just get that out. Pyro. And now I've got a couple of induction smelters set up over here, so we'll just go over to this room here. Because this is an induction smelter. Stick that here, stick that there. There we go, she goes to work. Oh, yummy. Root beer. Who doesn't love root beer? There we go. Enderium ingots. Now, that should be getting pumped into the system. There it is. Whew. Okay, so Enderium ingots are going to get made. And then I can make my frame. Hardened glass, right? Which I have plenty of. So 1, 2. Let's work with 2 for right now. And we need to take this over to the fluid transposer again. So frame. And fluid transposer. Damn, it's all gone. Okay, typical. Ender pearl. Let's see. Let's get these ender pearls back up. Another 16 of them. Melt those bitches down. Stick our tesseract frames in there. Each pearl only gives you what? 250? That's so bullshit. And it takes one. Yeah, it takes 1 whole bucket to fill one of these frames. That's why tesseracts, I have 6 of them, don't I? I had 6 of them. Yeah, there's 3 left. One's in the nether, one's right here, one's in the house. Alright, there we are. Tesseract frame. Now, I plan to make 5 of these deep storage units because I want to put deep storage units for the 5 main items that are the big draws for me. But right now we'll settle with 2, and we'll just swap out the perfection. Okay. So let's go back over here, throw them in the system. And we can make 2 deep storage units now. Which gives us 4. I didn't even realize that. Holy shit. Okay, then that's perfect. Crafting terminal. What did we run out of? Reinforced stone lock boxes, which in turn require strong box. I know I've got these. I don't understand the issue here. What the hell? No, I don't. My mistake. 1, 2, 3. It's not going to be enough. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There we are. 8 deep storage units. That should be more than enough. Now, I was trying to think of where the hell do I want to keep these. Well, there's only one building that I would ever even... Oh, lag. I would even consider, because this building, currently... I gotta clear all this stuff out. It's all useless in here. This building currently has no use. It stores a few things, but it's not being used. So why not use it for deep storage units, right? Makes sense. I mean, these barrels are nice and all, but they got nothing on a deep storage unit. Oh, it's locked, that's why. Okay. It's like, why is that thing doing that? Okay. Is there anything in this? Whoops, I need that back. I mean, look, I've got redstone stored up right here as well. Okay, so we'll put a row of deep storage units right here. One, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Whew. Now you put the storage bus on there like that. ME storage bus, you can choose configure partition based on currently stored items. Yep. Then we simply pull open this. Take out some redstone, deep storage unit, boom, store redstone. Let's just grab a few more just to be on the safe side here. Alright, stored 0. Now I don't know what these two upgrades are up here. I'll find that out at another point. Let's connect this up, and it should... It's still going up. Jesus Christ. Oh, you know why? Duh. There's got to be a way to make this work on stacks. Input and output mode, that's fine. Except only listed items. $64 stacks. Now it's working in stacks. No, it isn't. And it's still going up. No, it doesn't work that way. Alright, well, let it do its thing. It seems to know what it's doing. It's still going up. Jesus. Okay, well, I don't know. This thing can get up to like 8,000 stacks or something crazy. I don't know how much that is, but it'll take up a lot less space being in a deep storage unit than it will be part of my system, that's for sure. Let's see. The next item I want to do is essence dust. What the hell? Why is that not going up? This one's working. Accept only listed items, bidirectional, configure partition storage based on that. Ah! There we go. Now it seems to be jumping. Seems to be doing it very sporadically, though. Why? Can these things not be touching? No. It's going on. What is going on? That's weird. Maybe if I remove the input, set it to only input mode. Extract only. No, I want it to do insert only. Is it just lagged? Yeah, it is. It's just lagged out. Bidirectional should be fine. I've never actually used one of these before, so I don't really know exactly how it works, but it should be going down. Let's just see if the number changes. 483. Why is that not changing? Huh. Alright, well, anyway, we'll continue on with the list of items. Coal is our next item on the list. Let's put that back in the system. Interesting. Any new additions to the system seem to come here. Pre-existing stuff doesn't. Do I really have to do that? Do I have to put it back into the freaking system for it to do this? What did I just toss in there? A tool. What was that? Shit. I don't know, I just tossed in here. Shovel? It was my hammer. So where's the frickin' hammer? There it is. Now, I should look at the deep storage unit, and it should be much higher now. Yep. Anything new added to the system ends up over here, it would seem. That's why one at a time it's coming in. But why is it... Because the system is grinding it up currently. No? Yeah, okay. I don't really know how to read that. I can't really understand how that works. We'll just keep doing this, though. Now, if my hypothesis is correct, when I put these back in, they should end up in the deep storage unit. And they did. Okay, that's how that works. Going forward, they'll always end up in here. Last item. Whoops. What's the last item I want to put in here? Lapis. Now that should all end up in the deep storage unit. And it did. Okay. That's how that's going to work. That's how that's going to work. I wonder if I could set up export buses to export that item from the system currently. Let's try that just for the last second of this episode here. Let's put our export bus. Precision export bus, of course. Begin. I just need one. Precision export bus, because I just want to test this out, see if this is how this will work. So if I put a export bus like that, hook that fucking thing up, and stick lapis in it. Yeah, there we go. Move stacks. That's how we have to do it. And then the precision storage bus going forward will constantly put that stuff in here. Interesting. Oh, I'm so stupid. Well, of course this number's not going to change, and it's going to keep going up, because it's referring to this deep storage bus now as part of the ME network. That's why it's saying that the number's not changing in the system, because it technically isn't. It's still in the system, it's just being pulled off the disk. So you can see here, this thing is jumping between 548 and 420 and 484, but the number just keeps going back and forth, because it's actually still considered to be part of the system, because that's what this bus is seeing. That's how that works. Okay, now I got it figured out. Yay! So let's just get a few more precision export buses. That's how it works. Awesome. And we'll stick yeah, and yeah, and yeah. Okay. What was in this one? Cool. Yep. All right, perfection. That's how this works. Yeah. Move stacks. Excellent. Excellent. Okay, I'm so happy that I figured this out. I was a little confused by it, but we got it all figured out now. So that these numbers will not change, because the number in the system is the same. The difference is that we're removing these heavy items off of the storage disks. That's what we're doing here. Perfection. And then once they're all in the storage, once they're out of the system and they're in these disks, once this number stops increasing, I'll remove the exporters. And then it'll just constantly be a part of this. Though I wonder if the system... Well, yeah, because any new item that comes into the system will automatically go into these deep storage units. That's how that works. Perfection. All right, guys. Thank you very much for watching. I'm going to call it here. It ran a little long today. I apologize for that. Yeah, so this is how we've got things done here. So we're going to keep working on stuff. We've got alloy smelters to make. We've got to hook those suckers up. We've got to make octatic capacitor upgrades. We've got to make... ender cable with Ingerium and vibrant electrum fun jigger stuff. We got lots of things to do. So make sure you tune into the next episode. F and Better presents Minecraft Feed the Beast 1.64 Extravaganza.